health coaches in corporate health, having my morning coffee. How is everyone? How are you doing in your business? So we're talking about how to gain unwavering confidence and let go of imposter syndrome. Do you ever feel like an imposter? You just feel like perhaps you don't have enough knowledge or enough credentials, enough experience, enough coaching hours, enough time with clients, that you just don't have the degree, the diploma, the PhD, and you just feel somewhat like a fraud and you think that someone's going to find you out. And particularly moving into the corporate health workplace wellness, are you feeling a bit unwavering, like I don't have the confidence, I'm not good enough, it's not the area for me? I know what that's like because I have experienced that myself firsthand. When I first started out in corporate health workplace wellness, I very clearly remember just being so underconfident. I had imposter syndrome written all over my face. And I thought, who am I to be stepping into corporate health? I don't have the knowledge. I don't have the experience. I don't have enough coaching hours. I don't have a degree in psychology. That was a story I kept telling myself. And I remember very clearly one of my very first clients sitting out the front of that organization in my car, and the fight or flight had kicked in and I just wanted to run. I didn't want to go in there. I didn't want to face them. I didn't think I was capable, experienced enough. And I spoke with my coach at the time and he said, Chris, what are you doing? You've got years of experience. You've got years of knowledge. You've got, umpteen hours of coaching hours. You know what you're doing. And it was just having someone else believe in me helped to gain my self-belief and confidence in that moment to actually step into that organisation, and everything was okay. And no one came up to me and said, hang on a minute, you're a fraud. I did a really good job and I got some really good results, which just boosted my confidence more and encouraged me that, yes, I am enough. So I want to talk to you a little bit today about imposter syndrome. If you're joining me live, let me know where you're from. If you're watching the replay, #replay. Let's get into it. If you have any questions, I'll answer them at the end. And I'm just going to share my screen with you. Here we go. So, how to gain unwavering confidence and let go of imposter syndrome. So what we're basically going to cover, what is imposter syndrome, and talk about some strategies to help boost your confidence. So imposter syndrome, it's simply a phenomenon, as we know, and it's really amongst high achievers like myself, like you guys, who are unable to internalize and accept the success and often attribute accomplishments to luck rather than the actual ability, and fear that other people will find out and figure them out to be a fraud. So are you a high achiever? Do you sometimes feel like, people are going to find me out? I still get it from time to time. It's completely natural, completely normal. And I have to continuously implement the strategies that I'm going to share with you today to overcome my imposter syndrome. Even getting on this live and talking about imposter syndrome, my immediate reaction or thought was, who am I to talk about imposter syndrome? I'm not an expert. And then I thought, you know what? I've got enough bloody knowledge and experience in this area. I live it. So I can share it. But it's our brain's natural instinct to jump to the negative, to look for the potential danger, with that a survival mechanism. And that's how our brain operates. We'll tend to see the negative before we see the positive. And that's just our brain's way of keeping us safe. So we have to bring ourselves back into check that, you know what, we are safe and everything's okay in this moment. So letting go of imposter syndrome is separating those feelings from fact. So often you'll just have a feeling, you'll have a sense, and that, like I said, that immediate first sense is the negative, is I can't do this, I'm not good enough. But then when you actually look at it logistically and factually, you realize that in fact, yes, you do have the experience, you do have the knowledge, and you do have the qualifications to do what you are doing. It's important to accentuate the positive. Let go of that negative, even though that's the first thing that often comes to mind. Let that go and let the positive come through. I've got this, I'm enough, I can do this. Developing a healthy response to when we do make mistakes or failures. As Henry Ford once said, failure is only the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. So it's actually through failure that we learn and we grow. So failure is actually a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean we can't do it. It just means we haven't yet done it. Write the rules. So if you're operating under your own rules, like I should know the answer or I should never have to ask for help, recognize those rules and perhaps you need to change those rules. For me, the rule was I have to be a psychologist to work in corporate health, workplace wellness. And I held onto that rule and that belief for a long time. It took me a long time to let that go and go, you know what, I don't have to be a psychologist to work in this field. Being a health coach is definitely more than enough. Develop a new script. So become consciously aware of that conversation in your head, that self-sabotaging talk. Wait till they find out I have no idea what I'm doing, you tell yourself. So when you're hearing this negativity, this self-sabotaging talk, that can really diminish the confidence. So acknowledge it, be aware of it, and flip it from those limiting bullshit self-sabotaging beliefs to those empowering beliefs that, yeah, you are enough, you can do this, you have got this. And fake it till you make it. I don't quite like that terminology, but I mean this in the sense that don't wait till you feel confident to do something, because confident is an extension of doing. So even if you're unsure, even if it's outside your comfort zone, even if you don't know, you're going to learn, you're going to grow, and it's going to instill more confidence in you. So change the behavior first and then allow the confidence to build, because it will come. So this is the imposter syndrome, where we think we are. So you think you're just that little blue bit, what you know, and what everyone else knows is everything else. But when in reality, it's more balanced. What we know is a specific area, a specific niche, a specific industry, a specific speciality, and everyone's the same. They all have their own pockets. So you know, there's areas that I don't specialize in. I don't specialize in nutrition. I don't specialize in exercise. And these are really big things when it comes to health and well-being. What I do specialize in is stress management and resilience and building a positive mindset. So I stick to my specialty, and working in corporate health, if I need to deliver on nutrition, if I need to deliver on exercise, I don't try to be everything for everyone. I subcontract. I get other specialists in, and they deliver it under the banner of my business. So there's ways around that. You don't have to be a specialist in every area. My recommendation is really specialize and focus and be really good at one thing, then instead of being average at a lot of things. And that's your area of focus, and that's your area of specialty, and that's where you're going to attract your ideal audience and client to you, because you know that area and you know how to solve problems within that area. I trust this is making sense. So confidence, some things you can do to build or boost your self-belief and self-confidence. it's always good to visualize yourself of who you want to be, how you want to feel, and how does that look exactly. So having a clear vision of who you're wanting to be, and it's always, and my belief is it's always a better version of ourselves, no matter what, no matter how much we push and we thrive as high achievers, we push for more and more. So when you look to your future self, there's always room for improvement. There's always room for growth. There's always room for development. And when you visualize that, how you're going to show up, what sort of actions you're going to take, who you're going to be, how you're going to feel, and then work towards that, reverse engineer that visualization. What are the strategies and steps I need to put into place to help that growth, to help that development, to help me get to that place that I want to be? I want to be a health coach working in corporate health. What do I need to do to build upon my current knowledge, expertise, resources to achieve that ultimate goal? And affirm yourself. So I am statements are great. If you do any journaling, I went through a period, I haven't done it for a while, of journaling, and that really helped to boost my self-belief and confidence. I am a confident person. I am a qualified corporate health and performance coach. I am capable of helping corporate organisations transform their health and well-being for optimal success. So whatever that looks like for you, jot down 5 or 6 I am statements in the positive, empowering mindset. Do one thing that scares you every day. It's always good to challenge yourself and put yourself outside of your comfort zone. So when I first started doing these lives, and particularly with the PowerPoint and just getting my head around the technology, I remember the first couple of times I was really quite nervous, and now I've done them so much, I find it easy and it doesn't bother me at all. So when you put yourself outside your comfort zone and you just take the action, you're just going to grow by doing. To do one thing that's just putting you a little bit outside your comfort zone, whether that for you is doing a Facebook Live, or perhaps it's writing an article for a magazine, or perhaps going on the radio station and talking about health and well-being, or perhaps it's picking up the phone and calling some potential clients. Put yourself out there. The more you do, the more confident you will be. Question your inner critic. So again, that goes back to that self-sabotaging talk. Is that truth? Is that reality? Or is that my brain just trying to keep me safe and jumping straight to the negative? So question that inner critic. And set yourself up to win. What do you need to put into place to be successful? If we sit in front of the TV every day, we're pretty inclined to not be successful, or not grow, or not develop, or not get anywhere, or not achieve a high income, or whatever it is that we want. So set yourself up to win. What strategies and resources do you need to put into place? What education, what mentorship, what support do you need to help to build your confidence into the area that you want to work in? Helping someone else is always a really good confidence booster, because you're not thinking about yourself, you're thinking about the other person, and that feels good. And caring for yourself. We all know as health coaches that self-care is number one priority in running a business. Here's a little exercise for you I want you to do. So I did this in a psychology of sales training a number of years ago when I was trying to figure out what to charge. And the sales trainer got us to do this very simple exercise. But for me, it was just an aha moment, in the sense that I was like, bloody hell, the amount of hours and the amount of money that I've put into my education, my personal development, my professional development, made me realize and acknowledge that I have so much value to give, that I have so much experience, that I have so much knowledge, And that really helped me to understand my worth and understand what to charge my clientele. So I'd encourage you to do this little exercise. It's very simple. Sit down and try to calculate, guesstimate. It's not going to be accurate, of course, but guesstimate how many hours have you studied health coaching or any type of health-related course? How many hours have you put towards any personal development classes, courses, books, videos that you've done? And the same for any types of professional development. And then calculate how much money have you spent in each of these areas. Tally them up, total them up, and you will be surprised at how much knowledge and how much money that you've actually invested in your education, personal, professional development. I found it to be a real confidence booster. It totally took away the imposter syndrome, and it helped me formulate a very healthy hourly rate for my clientele. So I encourage you to give it a go. Sigmund Freud, out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. So what this meant to me was, it's okay not to know. You can't be expected to know everything about everything. It's okay not to know. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be open. When I have done like workshops, when I've done workshops and I've been asked a question on the topic that I'm talking about, often I've gone, you know what, I'm not really sure about that. And I've got my phone out and I've Googled it and I've just, you know, given them some sort of information, some sort of answer. So I don't think we have to know everything about everything. It's okay to say, I don't know yet, you know, I'm learning that, I'm growing. And in by being vulnerable and being open and being authentic and honest, I think that's where you get real connection with people. We're all human. We all understand that, you know, nobody is perfect. And within that just, you know, the realization that you're not being an imposter, you're not going to lack your confidence. I'm a confident person and I believe in myself. I just haven't learned that yet. And I will learn that and I will grow into that. You know, I've been in business 6 years now and I'm still learning and I'm still growing and I'm still developing. So we all are on this roll and this ride. I have a lot of work to do today, so I want to get stuck into it. Everyone, stay healthy and we'll catch up with you next week. Bye for now.